Cool. You don't want to get too drunk on guava juice.
Yeah. Rot again.
Close enough.
Yeah.
From turgid to salient, a rainbow of descriptive words.
Aww. We've seen some rainbows together.
That's the title of this video.
Aww.
Turgid meaning bloated, slow, overwrought. And salient being, of course, kind of the opposite of that. So,
a cup of coffee?
Yeah, it's hot. It's hard to hold. So Rachel and I were in bed. We couldn't sleep. And I said, let's live stream. So here we are live streaming.
Here we are.
I'm not sure why I just had to title it From Turgid to Salient, except spectrum of adjectives seemed not enough of an adjective-filled title.
That's a good explanation.
Spectrum of adjectives has no adjectives in it, interestingly. Noun, it's got a preposition, it's got another noun.
Huh.
Really quite a bit hot.
Hot.
Yeah. I only put it in for 205. It was a full cup. It must have had some warmth left in it from before when it was made.
Yeah.
That's my guess. Yeah.
It happens.
So I see we don't have a lot of fans of vocabulary out there right now.
No.
Not
It's true.
rushing to join us in a discussion of turgid, salient, and everything in between. What's smack dab between turgid and salient?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask.
Workmanlike? Is workmanlike halfway between turgid and salient? That's the question. That should be the title. Is workmanlike halfway between turgid and salient? That's a better title for the video, I think, really.
Can I just say, this is a metaphysical thing to say, but I just want to get it off my chest. I'm happy to be a rat in a predominantly Asian community.
Cool.
Yeah, they respect.
I'm happy to be a pig in predominantly
Right?
Asian community.
Yeah, that is a very good thing too. They like pigs and they like rats. So
They're constantly trying to eat me. Whereas you are not being eaten.
Unless really needed to.
Yeah. Even Chinese people don't eat rats.
No.
You're looking at a cat.
Yep.
But
No, they don't eat rats.
they don't. Nobody likes to eat rats.
No.
They're gross.
They're bony.
They're bony, they're rodenty.
But their brains are used for science, so that says something.
Basically, you don't want that much rodent on your dinner plate, is the bottom line.
You also don't want to be in the rat race. And I think that kind of brings us to our title, too. Because I am a rat. And I have been in that race. And let me tell you, it's not that fun.
So as a rat, you didn't find the rat race to be a place where you felt at home.
Not at all. Home.
They should have called it something other than the rat race, I guess.
I wish they would.
Maybe they should have called it the anti-rat race.
That would have given rats more of a name in society, I think.
Well, heretofore, I've managed to stay out of the pig race, by and large.
Pigs don't race.
Oh, that's right.
That's the whole story.
I remember now. Rats are the second smartest species on Earth after cockroaches.
Cockroaches, man. So I had a friend who is a plumber, and he went into a building to do some work, but they didn't leave the lights on. And he walks into the factory, turns the light on, cockroaches falling down.
Ooh.
Right? Not a situation I would ever want to be. That's why I honestly, appreciate people who are in those kind of fields because, I mean, it is not an easy job, you know? There's a place for everyone in this world, I do believe. Even if you feel like it's under a tent as a bum, whatever. Everyone has a place.
My place is mating with dolphins.
Me too. Oh, after dolphins.
Yeah. By mating with dolphins, Rachel, we can raise the species, the intelligence of the species above third place.
Now, if you swim with the dolphins, does that automatically increase your IQ?
I think you have to mate with them.
I'd rather not.
I hear dolphin males are a little bit rough and tumble with their women.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, they're a little rapey. Ducks are a little rapey, so are dolphins. Dolphins are the ducks of the sea.
Wow.
Dolphins are the ducks of the sea.
Wow.
It's actually true. Dolphins are a little rapey.
I did not know that. So can you describe it a little bit?
Apparently, they get a couple of males will, separate off a female from the group and,
Wow, you gotta fight.
But that doesn't always play out like that, though, James. See, it's not their standard operating procedure. That's why we can conclude they're a little rapey. Same with ducks. It doesn't always play out like that. Ducks are not always raping. The reason we know they're rapey is because when it happens normally, one duck is the father and blah, blah, blah. It's only when they have this little, sort of weird freak out orgy thing with the men all good, all rapey, all the ducks do.
Wow.
Dolphins, similarly, normally it's not like that, but they've been known to get a little rapey.
Now, there's no corkscrew situation like the ducks, is there?
I'm not sure about that, but dogs have that too. Remember we saw that episode? Maybe you weren't watching it with me. I don't know. It was an episode of Nature Show, and there was the wolf who was the lone wolf who was trying to get on. You watched that?
Yes, I did.
They got stuck together when they were mating, and then the father wolf comes over and is like, "Get out of here, you!" Except he was stuck with the female dog.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, they get stuck in there like that.
Oh
Hi,
my
Levi
gosh.
Samuels.
Yeah, they call it the lipstick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or cock rocket.
Lipstick. Yeah. They get dolphin GHB, right? That's roofies.
Hey, Levi Samuels.
I don't know why everyone's always complaining about roofie sex. You get laid and a good night's sleep.
Lone wolves are.
I copied that joke from somebody who shared it here one time. Lone wolves are always bigger than normal males. Speaking of the lone wolf.
Thanks. I hope you're doing good too, Levi Samuels. Have you been taking time out for yourself lately?
Also known as a bone wolf, the manliest kind of wolf of all.
They have it in that show about wolves. The TV show. The one that I'm watching, Wichita, with the witches and stuff. Remember that one? It was big. It was Twilight. Twilight books made like wolves and vampires, and True Blood made vampires like hot again.
But these are real wolves, not werewolves.
Oh.
Werewolves are popular. Real wolves still not popular. Really.
Yeah, they're not really. No, Jack London was the last one, right? He wrote did he write Werewolf of London?
Jack London? No.
Oh, what did he write?
Jack London wrote Call of the Wild, which is not
Call of the Wild. Oh, Call of the Wild. That's the one I was talking about where he lived in a van.
No, he didn't live in a van.
Oh, I fucking don't know.
Jack London wrote before cars existed.
Oh. Clearly, I don't know who he is. Except for his name.
When he traveled to that inn we stayed at, he had to travel by train and then hiking or bird or horse.
Right. That's right. Yeah, we were talking about how incredible the trip would be to make it there. Who wrote Werewolf of London then?
It's a song by by Warren Zevon or something, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is a book.
It's a book too? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who wrote that. Into the
Wild is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that's when he goes off into. He dies at the end of that.
He dies at the end of that. Yeah. He goes off, finds his calling, and he dies. I ain't your mate.
Carl Ventner. We are still together.
Who asked?
Carl Ventner. Probably hasn't been here for a while. No,
I'm glad.
Things are great because we talked to the psychiatrist and got the meds right, and everything's been gravy since.
Yeah, and I've been meaning to tell you, a friend contacted me today, like out of the blue, one that I went to Mercy with. And I was telling him how, I'm on the right medication for the first time and I'm feeling great. And he was like, good for you. Like happy to see that you're on the right path. Yeah, that place is fucking mess.
But you tell me about this dude contacting you right now?
Here.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I just think it's funny because it shows how really we're quite trusting of each other. So much so that this dude who contacted Rachel, I'm sure she didn't even occur to her that like it's threat enough to mention it for her.
Well, I didn't, and I immediately said I was like, I am happy in my relationship, and he was like, oh, with the guy that you like previously I had mentioned you, and I said yes, and he was like, oh, that's great. It was more like a sober hello.
Right, sure. Yeah, I get it. No, I know. The thing is, that's the thing is I totally understand that this is not a threat at all. This guy's probably in New York, right?
Yeah. And it's like we went to Mercy together, and like I was having family problems at the time, and he was into like spiritual stuff, but he became like a drug counselor. But he recently got laid off, but he's getting like money for it. But we would talk about how that place like just like didn't care about like the people there. Like court cases and stuff they were bad with. And so I told him, I was like, I'm on the right medications now and I've been sleeping and it's like great. And, he was like genuinely happy. It's like a sober, he always wants like, he's on that path.
Well, you know what the obvious question is? Did you ever sleep with him?
No.
Okay, so whatever.
Exactly.
Thanks, Levi.
I did just forget,
that.
And it did just pop in my mind. Yes, I meant to tell you in the bedroom.
If in fact, it had been something that was any sort of threat, you probably would have told me right away.
Oh, hell yeah! No, so, it was Benial.
I appreciate you saying that, Levi. I think you must be talking about Corduroy.
Corduroy.
Bill T. Walton, you certainly have turned the tables here. You have come in and you have killed them with kindness, haven't you?
Yes.
Truly an ideal fit. Seeing you and Rochelle. The ESTP and INTJ relationship. Here we are. I'm ESTP, you're INTJ.
Can't you tell?
Absolutely. I'm so ESTP.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in men's boxers right now and a plain t-shirt. So FE
polar
FE out the door. Get that. Ain't no FE in my house. I don't know what that means.
So, what was I talking about?
The coolness of Corduroy.
Oh yeah, well, Corduroy is great. I was shooting that.
He really is.
Oh,
What's tonight? He is TJ and ISFP. Get it right.
Well, you know, that was interesting earlier. The homegirl's husband came in and wanted to fight
Hummel,
with me.
yeah.
Wanted to argue with
He
me
wanted
about
to, like, he really was offended. He wanted to, defend her honor.
it. Right. Well, Levi, Rachel's just operating under the assumption that Bill T. Walton is correct and that she's an INTJ.
Yeah.
That was strange.
What was strange?
He was sounding totally ISTJ.
Oh.
He did not sound INTJ either. He sounded ISTJ.
Only an ISTJ would actually, like, fight further like that for... That was weird.
I think they got a great relationship, probably.
Yeah, they do. She sounded
It sounds
very
like
happy.
they got a great relationship.
Okay, here what was off the record, and I don't think it should be anyway. We were just chatting. They bought a house in Gilroy.
Okay, fine, go ahead, but just don't get too specific about anything she told you.
Oh, I'm sorry. So they bought a house in a suburban area, but she's from the city, and she misses the city. And she goes there as much as she can, so she's traveling a lot. She's in a more rural area. It's suburban, but she says it's like dated and stuff, and she goes to Santa Clara all the time.
Well, just incidentally, to clarify, what Rachel calls off the record, she means before we officially began. Because what happened is I ran to get cigarettes before we started, and so Rachel was chatting with her briefly right before I got back.
Yeah, I mean it was included with the typing.
Right, you know? But the reason I clarify is because off the record normally means something you're not going to repeat.
I know. Right? No, yeah, there was nothing like that. No, it was nothing like that. We were just chatting like friends. And she was saying that she had moved in that.
Oh, is corduroy an ISTP? I guess.
I could see it.
I think it might be an ESTP. Good question, Levi. What type is corduroy?
White knight. ISTJ was white knighting.
Oh.
I mean,
that's fine.
Maybe I could see you crying after.
But the thing is, it's like, what am I supposed to do? The fact is, there are going to be a fair number of SFPs who get typed. Why? Because there are a lot of SFPs in the world.
Yeah.
No ESFP wants to be an ESFP. Not yet that I've encountered. I've never encountered an ESFP who comes in to get typed, who expects or wants to be an ESFP.
I even confessed today to Eric that in high school I wished that I was an ESFP in high school because they just fucking got away with everything, and they were very popular, and I was always very kind of awkward. I was always average, and I don't think a ESFP would say that they're average. So.
I mean, here's the thing: there's nothing to be distraught about. What I told her is the truth, which is she's a particularly robust and optimal version, in manifestation of ESFP. Yeah. But there's no doubt that she's ESFP. It's rare that I've been less uncertain. I mean, it's quite clear as day. Everything lines up perfectly.
Maybe Corduroy is an ESTP. He has gotten with 2 of the girls already, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I believe he does have a little bit of a record, more than an ISTP would have. Although you never know. They can be sneaky.
Okay, bye Bill Walton. Forever friends, right? ESTJ and ESTP, right? That's me.
On the ESTJ? Well, I take that as a compliment. I guess.
No, he's saying that that Bill Walton himself ESTJ plus me ESTP are forever friends.
Oh.
You're INTJ, remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So can I?
No, you're excluded from the ESTP, ESTJ friendship. No INTJs allowed. Spacey type is an INTJ. I'm curious how Spacey got her stack flipped, though. I mean, if you ask questions that, first of all, her TE is pretty evident, more so than you would normally expect from an ESFP. But remember, TE in an ESFP is third slot.
She also has an ISTJ boyfriend who probably assists with that stuff, you know? They said they bought the house together. Like, they saved together. It's like a routine and a...
Hi, Zandy.
Hey, Zandy.
The thing is, the answer is probably he avoided skills tests. If he had done skills tests, okay, well, he would have recognized that extroverted intuition that she just demonstrated is 8th, not 5th. It just isn't 5th.
We should dedicate a stream typing him. Typing Corduroy. I can interview Corduroy.
You could.
Yeah.
You could interview Corduroy. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Zandy McShmandy, I've got videos of you that are going up shortly. I just first I had to get them off my phone to Google Photos. Then I had to download from Google Photos to the computer, and now I'm uploading. So that's why it's taken a day or two. Yay for friendship, indeed.
Yay for friendship, indeed. I agree.
You could interview all of the Mindy's.
Yeah, I would love to. I used to do that stuff with my friends. I actually played Sally Jeff de Raphael while my friends were like degenerates. Like one was like a sassy like Spanish girl, and like her sister hook up with her like cousin or something, and like there was a fight, and I had to be like, tell me more about that.
So, yeah, that's a good idea. Tomorrow we'll have you interview Mindy, Corduroy, and Duck Girl. It'll be like one of those Bravo shows where you're Andy Cohen. Okay, you're Andy Cohen, and
yes, that's like, perfect. I have to settle down.
Now, Duck Girl. when
How did you come across them, Mindy group? When did you first want to hang out with them?
Right, those kind of questions.
Yeah, those kind of questions. Because I want to know.
Jess came back from camping. Wow, Zandy. And ENFJ camping. Were you fussing about getting dirty the whole time? Messing up your nails and your makeup and stuff?
What happened?
Zandy just got back from camping. I'm asking her if she spent the whole time fussing about getting dust in her hair and breaking her nails and her makeup and stuff.
That's funny. Glamping. That really is a thing. I heard that before.
Did you go glamping or did you go camping, Zandy?
You know who goes glamping?
Who?
Elton John. Can't you see Elton John going glamping?
Mm-hmm. I went dressed wrong, took sandals and high shoes.
Oh, well, why did you go on the hike?
Zandy, why didn't your husband help you with that?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm like, the husband should have been like, you know what, we're gonna go hiking, you should bring your boots. But everyone makes mistakes.
That was not my recommendation, Bill Walton. That was actually Rachel's recommendation, but thank you.
I'm so glad that you haven't. Congratulations.
I hope your feet are okay too. I hope you didn't go camping where there are lots of scorpions.
Yeah, I really hope that too.
Then your sandals are really double trouble.
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all.
You're gonna get scorpion toed.
Oh, it's all good, Zandy.
Crocs.
It's, you
went to Nevada.
When we went somewhere, we packed. I remember packing for me and Eric once, and I just did not pack for the weather at all. I remember packing just all the wrong clothes. was way too cold, and I like brought shorts and stuff, and I felt bad. I had to wear the same jeans every day.
I guess that's an SI Polar thing, Zandy. Packing sandals for camping.
Yeah.
So Zandy.
I guess second slot, like I can totally sympathize because I've definitely made those mistakes before too.
Me too. With fourth slot's not much better. But did you at least bring a hat to shield your face from the sun? Situations like that call for a sombrero or the equivalent. Like when we went to Hawaii, we got a couple of those hats. I wish we had those too.
Why did we leave them back? We were packing so fast.
Because you couldn't get into that smashing them.
I know. We were packing so fast.
Nevada is deserty. It's also desserty.
Yeah, it is.
Reminds me of cheesecake. Effulgently indulgent or compulsively repulsively conducive to convulsion? That's a good question.
Oh no, Zandy.
Zandy. SI Polar strikes again. I want you to feel free next time you're going to go somewhere to shoot me or Rachel a text saying any SI tips. And with my wide range of years of SI experience, I will tell you, bring them, yeah, and bring them, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We've been through it. I've been through it before too. I told Eric the story of when I went down to Miami for spring break, and we couldn't check in early, so we were like, okay, we're right by the beach. Let's go take a nap on the beach. It's cloudy. We'll go back. Whatever. Yeah. Well, just because it was cloudy didn't mean that the sun wasn't out. And I burnt like a lobster, my whole body. People in the streets of Miami were horrified by looking at me. So we will help you next on your trip.
James, is that some kind of euphemism for sex? When you say you've only camped in damp forest?
Was there a lot of FI?
I only camp in damp forest.
The cry.
Okay, Slayer.
Yeah, damn is right. What saved that trip for me was one of my best friends happened to be dating my roommate, and he was down there on spring break also, and he smoked me out with weed, and I fucking forgot everything, like everything was fine after that. But what did I do after? I stayed in the shade. I stayed by the pool. I still went out and I still went to dinner and stuff, but the locals were definitely like, you're not from around here. I was saved by the weed. It's good to have friends in a lot of different places, like in this community.
It is.
It is.
It's time for me to smoke this bowl.
Yeah, so Sandy, you're not alone. You are not alone. We can help you next time you go camping for sure. Yeah. You put mustard all over your body. That's one way of doing it.
Question, what is a bell ringer? Okay, a bell ringer is when you pull the bong rip all the way in and then you kind of fade out for a second. Nice backside style. Almost.
Yeah, it's like, whoa. It's almost like your brain lacks oxygen.
Yeah. That was not a bell ringer. So I'm going to try to ring the bell now that you've got my attention on the matter. Good question, though, Isaiah Rude. Good question.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sort of question that shows you're paying attention in life.
It is as an older ENTP to a younger ENTP. I think that's good advice. Not for me. I'd say that I am I'm a breezy smoker. What's the word for that? Like I like to like if I could puff like this all day, I probably would.
Yeah, but unfortunately for you, it's a little coffee.
Yeah.
Is it necessary to have a bong to get a bell ringer? No, but it's most likely to occur. Every once in a while, I can get a bell ringer from a pipe, but it's pretty rare. It's got to be hitting really well. It's got to be good weed. I got to hit it just, yeah.
I did with yesterday with something.
This is training. I've trained myself to burn the sun instead of being burned by it when camping. So basically, you've done the Soviet Russia thing on the sun. In Soviet Kyra, instead of getting sunburn, you burn sun.
Sounds like a Russian thing.
Instead of sun burning you burn sun.
They get ice burned, cold burn. That's how I knew your dad was talking about what he was talking about with the glasses of skiers and snowboarders, because when they come back, they have like the burn from
Sunburn though.
Yeah, from being out in the sun. I know like a lot of people use like Vaseline or on their masks and stuff. I don't know. I've been around a lot of people who go snowboarding every like winter, but I just was never invited because I'm an INFJ and I was too weird for the group. And I'm also a 7, so I was like down for everything. And a lot of people, there are some people who are like, I don't know,
Stevie Wonder in you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just Stevie Wonder something, right?
Stranger.
No, I used to go like this.
Yeah, they were. See, they're like, I don't know about her. She's got a lot of pep, and she doesn't seem to mind.
Ooh, you
like
got Stevie
that
Wonder.
we're elitist, but
You got Stevie Wonder, girl.
I did. It's okay. I didn't like the group that much anyway.
Yeah,
They talked about everyone behind each other's back, and I'm not a huge fan of that.
Eric's not gone. Eric just went over to get his cup of coffee.
So,
are INFJ usually the one volunteering in a group? I would say, what do you think?
Half the time, yes. Half the time, no. I'm absolutely sober if I'm volunteering. And I'm talking about I'm not drinking and I'm not smoking weed. I'm that like I need to do something with myself that I volunteer. No, we are not. And actually, I took an acting class, and one of the ways that you can tell who a dominant person is in front of a group is by this game where you have to do like memorization stuff, and you have to like be the first one to start something, to start like a sentence. And I was always second or third. I would hesitate. So I can't say really that I'm a volunteer.
But the thing is, Levi, it's, yes, there's a prioritization of quote unquote harmony, but more significantly, it's a matter of being a knower interfacer first. Knowers need to know first and then interface. And that means that to the extent they ride the leadership, they don't walk in and seize it. It's over time and is revealed to them as a thing.
Babysitter, though. Babysitter I was really good at. Like, that was a really good role for me. I like that one. But
what is Lois from Family Guy? ESTJ, maybe? You think so?
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Oh, Peter.
And I think the Brian's not an ENTP.
They do claim him to be one.
Brian, an ENTP.
Yeah, the dog.
Oh, the dog. Oh,
Yeah, the
yeah,
dog.
he is. I was thinking about Chris. My
Yeah,
mistake.
no.
Brian's an ENTP.
Yeah, because he's got the martini
No,
glass.
he totally is.
Yeah.
Um.
What about the baby?
Oh, he's
INTJ.
I say ENTJ.
Ooh, ENTJ. I like that one. That's better because he's like, yes, because he's like Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah, kind of. The thing is about talking about people behind their backs. There's, I guess, a fair amount of drama
It's not
around
nice.
here, but at least, but everything's out in the open. I think as best as I can make it. So it's like when there is drama around here, if I got something to say about something, I say it right out in the open.
Everyone knows.
There's no talking behind people's back.
Not here. No, I was just bringing. I wasn't referencing here. I don't think.
No, I know you weren't. I was just drawing a distinction. Jake Hurwitz is here. Who says?
No one ever said that Stewie was an ENTP. I'm not heard that. Brian the dog, I have heard ENTP. They usually, it's so interesting. People who type ENTPs right, they really get it right. But then people who type ENTP wrong really get it wrong.
Yeah. Hi, Morridge.
Yeah, what up, Morridge? I was wondering what you were up to because we saw you earlier this day in the morning. And I was wondering if we were going to be seeing you today later on. Because I'm a curious person like Kyra.
Yeah, I like shooting straight. It's hard to shoot curves. You gotta really have a snap to your wrist. You want to make your bullet go on a curve. You have to put a lot of English on it. Whoosh. You gotta fire it.
True.
Okay, well, I mean, I can get what you're saying about some of that verbiage, but you got to think also of a singularity of purpose. He's only got one thing in mind all the time. He's always trying to accomplish the same thing. He's trying to kill his mother and, take over the world, I guess.
Hello, Lawnmower. I'm glad that that's your way of living.
I don't know if he talks about behind people's back and like lies about me. I mean, the thing is, people talk behind each other's backs because they're not telling whole truths or they're telling lies. They don't want the other person to have their chance to respond.
Yeah. Everyone does it to some extent too. Like I'm not devoid of talking about people.
ESTPs, like ESFPs, vary a lot in comparison to the type description, but have a fundamental similarity about each other that is kind of undeniable. Like,
yeah,
it's hard to describe exactly, which isn't a very satisfying thing to say, but it's best to be ignited at point blank range. Okay. That's the sort of thing that is sure to flag that.
What type is Meg?
Oh, Meg.
You're always talking about her being bland and forgetting about her.
Right. But she's kind of
I root for her.
Yeah, I mean everybody does kind of, right?
No.
Space.
People who really like Peter, like say Peter's their favorite character, they really don't like Meg because she's apparently their adopted daughter or whatever. He's he constantly makes fun of jokes of Meg. I like Meg. I root for Meg.
Yeah, of course.
I do. No, but a lot of people don't. Everyone's like, "Oh, Meg."
I say it's Peter's ISTP.
He is.
Just because there's no other good answer for it.
Meg's an ISFP. I don't know.
Not really, Isaiah. Not necessarily. I mean, the thing is also, I'm not sure other ENTPs can do this as well as I can. It's also possible to mistake almost an ENFP for an ENTP sometimes.
I think Peter is an ISTP because a lot of ISTP people like his humor. And I think that is very telling. Because
his humor is too mean for him to be ESFJ. Across the board,
he is mean.
That the meanness is one reason why I say ISTP.
Yeah. He's not nice.
I mean, I think he treats her poorly because he sees her as having low social status, which is the sort of thing that ISTPs see as justified because if the person has too low social status, then they deserve what they're getting. So they shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, and like she's like the adopted daughter. Like apparently, like she's a love child that Lois had, and so like he treats her like the daughter, but he like doesn't also. I don't like that.
I didn't know that was part of the storyline.
Yeah, it's part of
I can tell I've got a bit of Dunning-Kruger going on. My capacity to distinguish ENTP from ENFP purely from display. You got to ensure it says TI test. So gammas are very mean. You mean the NTJs, SFPs, or you mean the NFPs, STJs? I would assume you mean I never remember which one's Delta, which was Gamma. Do you remember, Rachel?
I think your dad is
Gamma. He said NTJ SFP is Gamma, he says. Okay. So yeah, NTJ's SFPs can be mean, I guess. But
bossy, pushy. I'm family feuding it.
I would say they're more like to the extent that STPs and NTPs, ENTPs and ESTPs can be seen as sort of waves of action. NTJs and SFPs have the capacity to resist that action and vice versa. So it's like there's an inherently oppositional quality to the two types, the two quadras, alpha and beta versus gamma and delta on those vectors, I think. But good night.
Who's going to sleep?
Who's going to sleep?
Yeah.
Levi.
Good night and do it.
So is that in an episode confirmed, or is that just a theory about Meg being adopted,
Yeah,
or not being a love child?
Yeah, she's like not. I saw that's like a big. They insinuate it. They don't like ever. Yeah, she's not like.
Well, let me Google it. All right. Is Meg fathered by someone other than Peter in Family Guy? Stan Thompson is the biological father. Let me see this.
See?
Who is Meg's biological father? Peter Griffin. This says somebody else. But is Meg's real father? Attempting to persuade the court that Brian should have access to his puppies, Peter observes that if he were half the dad Brian is, he would know certain facts about his children, including the fact that Meg's real father is. Brian answers Stan Thompson. The irony is that Meg did not hear this revelation.
I've watched a lot of Family Guy.
Is that from an episode?
Yeah.
Let's see what
they
Wikipedia
were speculating
says.
that it was Quagmire. How isn't that funny?
Okay, well, Screen Rant agrees that Meg might actually be the offspring of someone named Stan Thompson. Let me find Stan Thompson here. Doesn't mention it here. Look at this one.
Yeah, they say that Quagmire might be her dad.
Let's see. She has a child. Though Meg was raised as Peter's daughter, her last name might not be Griffin after all. In Screw the Pooch, it's discovered that Meg might actually be the offspring of someone named Stan Thompson. Interesting.
I've watched a lot of Family Guy.
I stand corrected, Jane, as is everybody else out there who thought that was just crazy, right?
It's okay.
Yeah, I think we get along pretty well as a sort of camaraderie relationship as well.
So what type do you think she is?
Meg?
Yeah.
Probably an ISFJ.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I like her too. I like her too.
You can't have a
She's voiced by Mila Kunis.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's. You think Meg has TI? Well, I think ISFJ makes sense then for TI. I think she's FBTI as well. Poor
she has
Meg.
like a lot of common sense too, and Peter always makes fun of that.
Yeah. I guess Peter, you might say, is a really unraveled SFP. Like, I mean, they're not normally that sort of arbitrarily mean. I agree with whoever said that Peter's kind of untypable.
Yeah, because he's a. I think he's an ISCP because he repeats jokes.
Right.
He's kind of like a one kind of liner. And I think his voice is done by an ENFJ. I think that the creator of Family Guy is an ENFJ.
You know what? That makes sense. I always thought, it seems a lot like an ENTP, but he's one of those ENFJ imitation ENTPs.
Yeah.
I met one before, too.
Have you?
Yeah, there's a guy who came over here who played the guitar.
Oh, yeah.
So
oh, my gosh.
Right?
I remember saying he's more ENFJ than I am. That was like a whoa.
And that was one of those situations where he was so good at imitating ENTP, I had to concede basically that he won the argument about based on my tests. He gamed my tests more successfully than my test could reveal his nature. Okay, but I'm still convinced he's an ENFJ.
ENFJ,
not an ENTP.
Totally.
I can just tell.
Oh, he's not an ENTP.
No, he's not. He's
Not
an
even
ENFJ.
close. ENFJ, totally. He was like working the screen and the people. Remember?
Oh, yeah, the effing was just off the charts.
It was way off the charts. You can feel it in the air. It was palpable. Yeah, that's what I think she is. ISFJ, says Sandy. She's always so worried about fitting in and being part of a group. I feel about how the show bashes on her. I feel the same way.
Me too, Sandy. Let's all hold a Justice for Meg vigil.
That guy had you totally fooled, Isaiah?
What guy?
Oh, you were an INTP at the time.
What guy had you totally fooled?
I don't know. I guess the guitar playing guy.
Oh. Yeah. Forgot about him. We were just talking about that guy.
Yeah. It's a joke because Mila Kunis is such a cool hot girl. Yeah, but she doesn't always do the voices. She did the voices in the beginning, and then someone else took over her voice, and I think she's doing it again. But, the ENFJ guy, yeah, the creator of the show, yeah, he could have some people, yeah. Oh, no, the live stream guy, yeah. Yeah, he's definitely ENFJ. I was feeling his energy so much that night. I was like, oh my gosh, you need to calm down. This was back in Spacey time. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, a lot more. I know, I've seen them. First time I ever got high, I saw the Toad episode of Family Guy. So I go back to where Peter had black pants before he has now the green pants. That's how long I've watched that show.
The Toad episode, huh?
Uh-huh.
What happens in the Toad episode?
He looks at Toad and he gets like, he trips out. He's like a hippie for a day. Yeah! I've been sick of my head all day. I'm a true fan of Rick and Morty too. Ask me anything.
Oh, we should watch an episode for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we have been. Oh, yeah.
We got a couple episodes
We're
together.
gonna go to bed. Yeah. And Rick and Morty's my favorite show. I can tell you it's number one on the list of TV shows. It's funny even when I'm sober. Yeah, Eric is funny too. He's funny when he is sober. But still isn't the same. It's not the same as alcohol. Alcohol makes you do some stuff and makes you throw up in the morning.
Hello, how you doing? Yeah, this it is. It's a great beat to freestyle over. We'll take those little in or out, you know. It's good to freestyle over this too. It bounces a little long and makes you take a beat. It's easy to rhyme to and easy to rap. If you put the words in there just like that, then you'll find the type fine. It's quite nice indeed. What's the big title about Eric C? Well, it's called From Turgid to Salient, a rainbow of descriptive words.
Talk about that. It made me think of detergent and the laundry.
Turgid made her think of detergent, so she went to do the laundry. It's urgent. It's not really urgent because, in fact, you can do the laundry later than that if you wanted to. But if you forget, then you might not do it in a week or two yet. So you got to be careful about that. Not leave all that laundry inside the sack, or else it'll get all moldy and no good. Xander's in a very good mood. She's funking like she knows she should. Yeah, Xander's in a very good mood. She's funking like she knows she should. Her name is Xander. Not Zombie. It's Xander. You think you're funny? I said Zen is in a very good mood because it's funky. Zen is in a very good mood because it's funky. Zen is in a very good mood. Dude. From Turgid to Salient. From Turgid to Salient. Detergent is alien. To my clothes. That's why it's stinky. Okay. You know what? I was thinking about just publishing like 10 minutes of this as a beat for people to freestyle if they wanted to. But I'm gonna put one other part in it. It's gonna after this section here, you know, it'll go up. So, it's gonna go down a fifth or something. I don't know. I'd like to put it up manana, please. I have to help you fold it anyway. Well, geez, okay, fine. That's fine. I'm just rapping, making it around. Don't worry. Don't be making it around. Same thing. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna put a change in it, and then I'll probably upload it in the instrumental. You know. That little sound there, that started out as just my voice, but it's been affected to make it sound like that. Okay, so would you like to draw this to a close and watch that episode of Rick and Morty, perhaps?
Yeah.
All right, let's do that.
Night, everyone.
Night, everybody. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to eat plenty
of
cheese.